everyone. If you're looking at this, you must be looking at the ULANZI tripod that I just got for Christmas. Check that out. And this is the ULANZI MT-79. So there's a few different ones that are out there. Some are bigger than others, beefier than others. I showed you in the last video that I did the tripod that I use, which has the 3 big wide legs and the long stem, and it works perfect because I got the special mount that goes inside of there. I put my Osmo Pocket 3 right in the top of that, and then I start recording right away. So this is something my wife got me for Christmas. So I wanted to do an unboxing on it because it was one of those things I was like, oh, you know what? I might need something else like this. But as a photographer, it's like you always have like 3 of everything, and then there's one that's better than others, kind of thing like that. So I just figure this out. But this is the ULANZI MT-79, and I was quite impressed. Once I took it out of the box, got the plastic, it's got instructions inside of there and stuff like that. But it's probably a good, almost a 2-inch in diameter, not quite the size of a soda can or anything like that. But what I liked about it is one of the other tripods that I have is the feet. It does extend, it's a smaller in diameter, and it does open feet at the bottom, but it only goes out to like a 6-inch diameter coverage. What I loved about this one was once you did get it opened up and the legs open up, look at that. That has got to be at least an 18-inch surface across the bottom. And then once I lock the red dial back down, now the legs aren't going to move again. All cushions across the bottom, so if you've got a wood floor, this is going to be perfectly fine. What I really liked was it's got a simple mount on it. So if you look at that right there, it's just got the simple, you know, 1/4-20 twist on the top of that. So what I found was I had an extra one of these at my studio, and I ended up twisting that on there, and now I've got a cell phone clip for me to click my cell phone inside of there and do that. What I really was impressed with was let me just lock that in there before I do anything else, was how tall this was. I was very impressed with, it's not even going to fit in this frame. Brand new, it is very, you know, tight, which is good. I'm 5'7", 5 foot. So now I'm back, and I went to go get a tape measure because I was actually very curious about this. So as this follows me, this is 5 foot, 6 foot. The frame itself, the legs itself, is 7 foot. It's like 82 inches. It's like 6 foot 10 inches. And that's to where their mount comes in, not adding my cell phone mount at the top of this. So one of the reasons I was interested in this, I got to be careful, good thing I have 15-foot ceilings, is when I unlock this and I put the legs back like this, I was just curious about how much taller, it actually looks like it goes down. Let's check the measurements on that. All right. So we are at 6 foot 10 inches. Okay, so 6 foot 10 inches, almost 7 feet for this bad boy. What I loved about it is there's no flex in it. There's a little bit of a bounce. So if you know when you're doing video and stuff like that, you want to walk like a ninja so you don't get that movement like that, you don't get that bounce like that. This could have a tendency to do this because there is a little bit of wobble to it, but if you're careful with going in the direction that, it almost feels like a fishing pole. If you're just careful with it going in the right direction, you can still do your movements without being too bouncy and stuff like that. But I was really impressed with this. The feet, once you got to get your finger in there to pry them open. This is the MT-79. There's a few other different versions. I feel like this is the beefiest one that they had with the legs open like that. Pop that up. This. Now, at 7 foot, the chances of me having it up there and looking down at me is pretty much non-existent. But Now, once I collapse that to here, now this is so much more sturdier and less flexible when it comes to that. Put my cell phone inside of there. I bought this basically for the intentions of using this with the Osmo, which is what I'm recording with right now. But I really love the fact that everything, this is and it was very inexpensive. It was like $29. Very, very impressed with everything about it. So if you're looking for a little quick tripod, I do not know. I want to say that's like almost 1.5 inches of diameter, smaller than a Coke can, kind of thing like that. And it collapses down all the way down to here. I'm going to take my cell phone mount off just so I can get an accurate measurement of this, and it is 14 inches. 14 inches. This goes down to, this fits right inside of my backpack. This is going to be, you will find if you're on an uneven terrain, so if you're on a little bit of a slant on a hill, this will still stand straight up and you'll stand up at the angle. But with the Osmo, it compensates and it will record straight. So you don't have to try and, this probably is not good for a DSLR. So if you're gonna try and put a DSLR on this, I feel like this would not be the best scenario for that. But this is for action cameras. This is for cell phone adapters. This is for the Osmo Pocket 3. Anything light recording wise, a GoPro, anything like that. This would be like an ideal tripod mount, very, very small when it comes to this. And I think you're going to be very, very satisfied for as inexpensive as this is. I ended up getting mine on Amazon. I'll put the link down below. But tell me in the comments what you use for your quick. I'm talking about quick, not if you don't set up big tripods. When you're not setting up big tripods and you want to, what do you have to kind of like use for, what do you have for, put down in the comments below what you have for either any small, inexpensive mounts, tripods like this. We're talking about just something very, very simple to pop up, do the behind the scenes, put it on there, click, 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 hit record, go do what you got to do, and then come back and condense it back down to, 14 inches. I was really impressed. I feel like I can put this up into a corner at a dance floor and put it up 7 feet and have it focused, do the Mimo map and have it focused down into the center of the dance floor and get some really cool shots from the top. This will be really cool to kind of get some aerial shots across the top of the dance floor as I'm going across. So very, very inexpensive. This is the MT-79 tripod for just action cameras and cell phones if you want to do something simple when it comes to that. So put down in the comments below what you guys are using for your small, inexpensive, not big, bulky tripods and things like that. And thank you guys for coming back to the channel for this unboxing of the ULANZI MT-79 tripod for all kinds of behind the scenes, social media, your YouTube, anything like that. If you've got anything like that, very, very simple, very, very durable. It's not flimsy at all. Once you extend it to the 7 foot, you do see a little bit of that bend in there. As long as you're careful and conscious of it, I think it'll be a perfect scenario for a content creator and or behind the scenes tripod if you're trying to do behind the scenes for you and your channel. So thank you guys for coming back to the channel. Appreciate it. Thank you very much for your time. And remember to smile more because it sure does hurt less. Peace.